Hello, everyone. Avril, Imuna, Godiva. I hope I said that correctly. Good evening and welcome. I'm on time today and I'm less frantic since it's class number 2. And the good news is we're not going to be here all night like last time. We have 22 cards to go through tonight. And I'm going to do something a little different, but I'm going to wait a few minutes before I make that announcement. Let everyone get in the room. I don't think it's exactly 7 p.m. yet. I'm just doing the warm up and letting everyone get in, get situated. Please hit the like button as you come in. It helps keep YouTube from kicking us off the live stream or messing up or becoming choppy. And yes, I'm gonna wait for a few more minutes. Hello, Jessica, how are you? Did everyone study from last class period? I know it was a lot of information, quite a lot. And we have a quiz today, and we have a quiz next time. Hello, Ultra Vibranium. Hello, Hypnosis. Good evening. Now, as I get started, I always say I'm not gonna call names, but I always end up doing it. Hello, Terry Harris, Tamara Bragg. So I'll speak to everyone now as you come in the room. But let me say this too before everyone comes in. If you email me, hello, Pharaoh's Muse. If you email me and it takes a little longer for me to get back with you, please be patient. Don't take it personally. I have about between 50 to 80 people taking this class, and I'm doing this by myself as a one-woman show. Hold on one second. The Zoom is going off. So I'm doing everything by myself. So be patient with me. Don't take it personal. If I come off as quick or unfriendly, don't take it personal. I'm just trying to make sure that everyone has their class materials. And if you do not have your class materials, please send me an email and I will address it after class. If anyone has missed the link, if you have yet to view this link, because this is going to be the replay. If you receive your link after class, it's okay. You can. We have a class next week, class number 3, if you'd like to talk and engage with the class during the live stream. This is a replay for you to watch individually on your own as many times as you need to help you learn the tarot, because it's a lot of information and there's a lot of good extra information out there on the net. Hello, Vibranium. Can I please get the information to join your Facebook group? Yes, I have not started the other group yet, the Intuition Development group. I still just have the fasting group. But please send me please email me. Send me a reminder or remind me before the end of this class. Let me put that on my to-do list right now. Once again, just waiting for people to join the room, giving everyone a chance. It's only 7:01. Facebook group. And I took this entire week. I know this, maybe you all know this, I didn't post as much as I usually do because I was finishing the book. And for those of you that have the book, look, I got this little clip. I don't even have it binded because I didn't go get it printed due to the quarantine. This is the same book, but this is a revised version and it's fuller. This is everything that we're gonna be discussing between class 1, class 2, class 3. I don't believe a book needs to be a big old college textbook to be effective. This information is concise. It's an easy read. You can put notes in it if you go out and print it, and you can, add your little revelations on the side. This is right to the point of what you need. I trimmed all of the fat and got straight to the point in this because ain't nobody got time to be sitting there reading a textbook. You're trying to start a business. Hello, Queen. Hello, A Queen. You're trying to start a tarot business, or you're trying to connect with your guides, and you all have families, you all may have other jobs or careers and things to do. So that is the reason why I made this as concise as possible, because I know that you have other things in your schedule just besides tapping into the spirit realm, cleaning your ancestor altar glasses and all of that stuff. Alafia, Queen B. Hello, Beautiful Ashes 23. Greetings from Germany. Hello, DH Shopping. Good evening, everyone. Let me see what time it is before I make the announcement. Just waiting for some more people to get in the room. It's 7:02. So yes, once again, class won't be as long as it was last time. I didn't realize I talked almost 3 hours last time. I was so out of it and tired by the end. So this one is going to be quicker. It's only 22 cards we are covering, not the 72, because the tarot has to be broken into the Major Arcana and the Minor Arcana. Hello, Afro Ange. Good evening. So it has to be broken down in order to understand the basics, because some people, they read the cards and they don't even know the meanings, but their intuition is the thing that guides them through it. But understanding the the Kabbalistic codes and things like that on these cards are so important, no matter how good your intuition is, because knowing these principles, it'll open up a whole new realm for you, because all of this has meaning. Another thing I was saying last time is, divination, tarot, all of those type of things were demonized by the church, by the old church, the churches of old during the Middle Ages, because they did not want anyone to be able to, avoid certain things happening in their future. They just wanted you to think of hell and that's it. Just be a good person, you're going to go to heaven. And they didn't want people to be empowered. But the thing is, especially for those who come from a Christian background, the tarot, if you turn the word tarot, let me pull out my Wheel of Fortune card. I want to show y'all something real quick. I should probably be waiting till I get to this card. If you see the word on here on the Wheel of Fortune, it says T-A-R-O, and then it goes back to a T. That's tarot. But if you turn it backwards, it's T-O-R-A. If you have an old book, will you get an updated copy? Yes, I sent them out today. Let me know if you didn't get yours. Everyone, please check your junk mailbox, because some people are saying that they didn't get the book, but check your junk mailbox for the links and all of that type of stuff and the book. But if not, if you didn't get it, then I'll resend it as soon as class is over. The meat of the class is the video itself. So if you have the video, you're pretty good. The book is the supplement. This is like your guide, like when you're driving or you're in the car, you're traveling somewhere, or you're just at home. And this is extra. This is an enhancement to the class. So it's kind of like when you take a course, you don't use the book every day, but the meat of everything you want to learn is during the video. And this is, once again, the help. So I'll get it to you as soon as class is over. But as I was saying about the Wheel of Fortune card, you will see the word T-A-R-O and then T again in the wheel. This, if you turn it backwards, is T-O-R-A, Torah. That is the Jewish, what you would call the Bible, the Old Testament. If you look on here as well, you will see Jewish terms, the name of Yahuwah or Jehovah. This is ancient Afro-Hebraic practice, believe it or not. And this is what those who practice Jewish mysticism, Kabbalah, and things like that practice. Hi, hope all is well. I did not receive the revised copy. I sent it out, Mimi. I sent it to you. Hold on one second. Did not receive it. Whoever did not receive the revised copy, please check your junk mail. I will resend it after class. Let me go through right here. Hold on one second. Sent. Hold on. We'll get started in a minute. Look. Hold on. I just saw it. Give me a second. If you look right here, I don't know if you can see that, but right there it says revised copy Mimi. Let's see. I'll send it right now since I have my iPad in front of me. Give me 1 second. I'll resend it. Everyone check your junk mail if you didn't get your book. Let's see. Forward. And everyone just gather your notepads. We'll get started in a minute and I'll make the announcement which I made in the notes. Let's see. Because during class, you really won't need the book while I'm talking. You'll really need it after class. Thank you for your investment, recipients. Okay, let me send this to Mimi 19088. Let me not give out your email address. My apologies. I'm just thinking out loud. Okay, I'm sending it over now. It says it's sent, message sent. So if anyone didn't get it, because I don't want to lose my stream of consciousness, wait till after class and I'll get it to you, because you really don't need it right now, because this is just the verbal aspect of it. Let's see. Okay, so is everyone comfortable? Is everyone ready to get started? That way we can be as concise as possible so I don't have y'all here 2 hours. I know y'all want to get to Netflix and family and eating dinner and all that type of practice on your own, because the most time consuming part of this is the repetition of learning this once the cameras are off and you're all by yourself. Let me just make sure my cards are in order since I pulled one out. And I'm going to do my best to remember the reversals today. Pray for me. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here we go. 10. All righty. So, is everyone ready? Let's get started. Now, The first thing I'm going to say is this is my first time ever attempting to use Zoom. If you look in the link that I sent you all today, I sent you all an invite to Zoom. And if you're taking this class, the password is all lowercase letters, Think Tank. Think Tank, ThinkTank, Think Tank. So that's the password to get in. It's optional. It's only if you want the verbal interaction. I don't know if it's going to work. I haven't tried it before. I'm not tech savvy, but we're going to attempt this around the hour of 8. I have a 40-minute limit on Zoom for right now. I'm going to upgrade later once I see, how I gel with it and how it works with me. So if anyone wants to verbally do it, we're going to stay on YouTube live stream, but I also, if some of you want to kind of veer off to talk verbally, then use the Zoom link. We're going to attempt to do this. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but we'll try it around 8 p.m. and that'll be the Q&A. And once again, we have a quiz coming up this evening. So greetings once again. I am Adunola, aka Adunola. Please hit the like button as you come in so that we don't get booted off. And I always work from my notes. Once again, we will attempt the Zoom link around 8 p.m. tonight. And once again, if you don't have your book, I'll email it after class. Another thing I would like to address is, if you all are going to be taking class 3, then I always send the link on Sunday, a few hours before class begins, because I like to accumulate everyone that's going to take the class. And I wait till about 6 p.m. sometimes, and then I'll send it out. Once I have enough people, then I shoot out the link to everyone. And then also I include the link to the next week's class. So that's why I wait to do that. But if you look on Eventbrite, the link is already in there, but I always send it again just in case someone misses it, which is understandable. So if you all are taking class 3, that link will be sent to you all next Sunday if you have registered. It's always a bit confusing when people register through PayPal or CashApp, but it's okay. But I just have to always remember to go in and send everyone their links from there. So tonight we are talking about the Major Arcana, the major mysteries of Tarot. And the thing that distinguishes, once again, the Major Arcana from the Minor Arcana is, number one, for the most part. Now, if you look at certain cards like the Ace of Swords, it'll have a title, but you'll know you're probably looking at a Major Arcana card when you see the title at the end of the card, such as this. There'll be the name. Whereas if you're looking, you definitely know you're looking at a Minor Arcana card when it doesn't have the title at the end, if you can see the distinguished difference. See, this one has a title, this one doesn't. So that'll give you an idea. When you see this big title at the end, or if you see it in the Minor Arcana, like the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands, it'll have the title. This means this is a big turning point in someone's life. Whereas this is kind of more everyday type of energy, but this is Minor Arcana. So I'm going to put this up now. We won't need this for this class. This is class 3, and it gets more interesting in class 3, even though it's more cards. It's 56 cards in next week's class. Now, what we discussed last week is when you're utilizing tarot, the basic things you need to know as any spiritist, no matter what you do, even if you don't read tarot, is understanding the 4 elements: air, thought, communication. And then you want to look at water, which is emotion. Then you want to look at fire, which is action. And then you want to look at earth, which is pentacles. That's collecting things, material things. So once again, as I've written in the book, air is I think. Water is I feel. Fire is I do. Earth is I have. It's the experience of having things. So those are the different elements that we work with in the Major Arcana and all throughout the Minor Arcana as well. It's extensive. Once again, as you get used to tarot, this is kind of like your training wheels deck of cards. Some people are like, well, why do they have to have images that don't look like what I look like? Well, they have all types of different ethnically friendly, racially friendly tarot cards as you get more used to what you're looking at. But the Rider-Waite deck is the more standard one because it gives you the full scope of what these colors mean on these cards, the numbers and the images and even the way this person is not looking at you versus this person looking at you. I don't want to say it's more accurate, but it's a good start to give you a total scope and feel of what the Fool card means, what the Magician card means, etc., etc. It's a good training wheels deck, and then you can venture off into other things, later on to get yourself started. So we're going to quickly go back through what these cards mean, and I'm going to look at the personality scopes and all of those type of things tonight. We'll look at archetypes and the basic principles of these cards, and I'll do my best to remember to read them upside down as well. The first card, the Fool. A brand new start, a new beginning, potential, a risk. This is I'm just giving you scenarios, hypothetical scenarios. A student going off to college. This is a person relocating to a new town. Maybe they're moving by themselves. Maybe they have a new job offer and they're going off and they're happy about it. They're optimistic. They're not even looking back. They're looking forward. They're not sitting up there crying, looking in the rearview mirror like, oh, I'm going to miss all these people. They're ready to move forward. They're ready to move on. Maybe this is a person that just got divorced and they're ready to move on with their life. Their head is in the air like, oh, I'm ready to go. I'm not even thinking about this. I put the past behind me. This is a person that is moving on, moving forward like a brand new baby. Good evening. Good evening, everyone that comes in, BB. So anyway, this person is looking up at the sky because they are stepping out on faith. And if you see the feminine number of 0, it represents the womb energy, meaning that anything can happen. All of the possibilities of life can occur. The mountains represent the obstacles that are ahead. The yellow represents the going forward sure-footed. Some people say this is more of an androgynous card. But any of these cards can be, not be gender specific. So be careful with specifics. Like saying, oh, it's a man, it's a woman. It just represents a person moving forward and moving on with their life. Now, when you see the Fool in reverse, this could be a person that is avoiding moving forward, avoiding taking a risk. Or it's a person that takes reckless risk, kind of like the Page of Wands reverse. Making bad decisions. They're charging forward. Like say for instance, a woman or a guy goes on a date with somebody, they don't know them, they haven't vetted them, and they're just moving forward. Oh, I'm so happy to meet you, and I'm gonna just give myself to you in one night, and I think you're the one. This person is just charging forward. They don't know anything about the person, don't have any knowledge, don't know if they're dealing with a sociopath. They just don't know what they're getting themselves into. And they're charging forward optimistic. Like, I know God told me this was my soulmate and I know this is the one. So I'm going to give them my all. It can be that type of energy, depending on the circumstance and situation. Moving forward, and once again, that's card 0. The yellow, once again, represents optimism. The white of the sun represents the purity, and the dog is kind of guarding. This is gut instinct telling, watch out, be careful, take it step by step. Next up, good evening, Alafia. The next up we have the Magician card, the Master Manifester, Mercurial energy. This can deal with, once again, Gemini or Virgo energy. This person has all 4 elements at their beck and call in order to manifest that which they desire. The Sword, they have the power of thought. The Cup, the power of intuition, feeling, and subconscious. The Wand, the power to make things physically action. The Doer, the fire energy. And then the Pentacle, the earth energy. This is a person that has the tools and the finances to get things done. They are prepared. They are experienced. They are a smooth talker. They are confident in what they are doing. They have the infinity symbol representing their connection to spirit and eternity over their head. It's cyclical energy, meaning all wheels are turning like they're supposed to. And then you will see roses, things blooming. They make things happen. They manifest it. What they touch turns to gold type of energy. And it's represented by the number 1. In the tarot. Now, when you see this person upside down, this is a person that it could, once again, like I said last week, it could deal with somebody that has trouble manifesting things. It could deal with someone that kind of uses sinister means to get things that they want. It could be a con artist. It could be someone that, this pulls the wool over people's eyes, a scammer, the type of person in your inbox trying to tell you that they can bring a lover back and they really can't. They're selling snake oil. They're pulling the wool over someone's eyes. Or because the card still has yellow for optimism, it could be someone with good intentions, but it just, what they manifest, it just doesn't quite work out or pan out the way it's supposed to. Maybe they need to tweak something. Maybe they need more experience. But there's something off in their manifestations. Maybe they need to believe more in, maybe they need to watch their words and their thoughts. Maybe their thoughts are defeating them and sabotaging them. Maybe their feelings are off. Maybe their intuition is off. Maybe they are not trusting their gut. Maybe they're not taking the proper course of action with their wand. And then with the pentacle, maybe they don't have the money or the funding to make something happen at this time. It could be one of these things missing or all of these things missing when the magician is in reverse. Now we're going to turn him right side up. And next we have the High Priestess card, the Oracle, the Sibyl, the intuitive one. It's usually a feminine energy associated with the moon, as I've stated in a couple of other videos. She represents knowledge and intuition. Boaz and Yakin, the pomegranates, feminine wiles, secrecy, the moon, her intuition. Her robe flows. If you notice, she's holding the Torah, which is kind of covered by her robe. This represents she's going to tell you certain things, but she can't tell you all things. She's not deceitful. She's just not able to divulge all that she knows. She's all about the mystery systems of life, spirituality, intuition, that which can't totally be discussed. Upside down, this could be a secret being revealed, something that's supposed to be a mystery, it gets revealed. This could deal with someone who is not trusting their intuition. They're not trusting their inner guidance. Maybe they're being misled in some sort of way spiritually, or dealing with a matter of spiritual higher knowledge. Right side up, she can also deal with, once again, higher learning, college, all of that type of energy, all of those type of pursuits in life. And then you want to pay attention to the facial expressions when you're reading for people, because remember, what a reading means for one person could mean something totally different to someone else that you're reading for. So pay attention to different things in the cards. One day you may look at her face more for one person, then another day you may look at the moon card more. So pay attention to the cues, and certain things will stick out to you. Next up, we have the Empress card, ruled by Venus, usually associated with Taurus and Libra, under the vibrational number 3, which represents creativity, fertility, children, and things blooming. A woman being able to gestate something and to make it manifest, because she has this ankh here at her side. She's sitting pretty, so she's pampered, she's comfortable, she's well taken care of, she's a kept woman. Things are flowing in her life. This represents health, feminine health, the ultimate feminine health. This can also represent the time period of springtime, when things are fertile and blooming. Feels like we're missing our springtime right now due to this quarantine, but yet and still, she's making things happen even while she's sitting down. She's optimistic, and she represents a beautiful woman, inner beauty and outer beauty in both ways. Pregnancy, possibility, kind of like the 0 in the Fool card. When she comes in reverse, depending on the other cards that are coupled with her, this can represent a woman that maybe she has poor body image issues, fertility issues, female issues, and an inability to believe that she can bring something forth, whether it be the birth of a child, the birth of a project. There's a need to have confidence in herself. Maybe this is a beautiful woman who has been verbally abused by somebody, or life circumstances have made her feel less beautiful, less feminine, like she's had to fend for herself. So there's a need to turn this right side up and to believe in herself with the optimism. She has all the tools she needs because of the colors of the card, the yellow, the green, things blooming. But when it's upside down, there's an imbalance in her thoughts, her feelings, and her perceptions of herself. Once again, a need to tap into her feminine energy in order to get things accomplished, for there to be balance in her life, if you're following me. Okay. So next up we have the Emperor. The Emperor, once again, is represented by the number 4. His red represents passion, authority, drive. And he's usually ruled by the sun sign Aries, if you can see the rams on his card, but it does not have to be. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 rams on his throne, excuse me. He's serious. He's poker face. He's not impressed easily. He's in total control. You see the ankh in his hand, and then he has a circular disc in his other hand, in his opposite hand, representing that he rules many kingdoms, not just one. He's not just a king, but he's a ruler over many territories. He sits on his throne the way he does, his cemented throne, to represent his dedication to get where he was supposed to get. His stability, his dependability, and his good alpha leadership skills. But remember, it doesn't always have to be gender specific. This could represent a father, a CEO, a boss, but this is a very trusted man who's tried and true, has nothing else to prove in his status as the king or the master king. In reverse, this could be a control freak. This could be a president that's out of control, making bad decisions. This could be an abusive man who abuses his power, ill-gotten authority, or he's feeling out of control in some sort of way, like someone has pulled the rug from underneath his feet. This can also be a person with anger management issues, depending on what else comes with it. But there's a need for balance. Now, I'm going to digress for a quick moment to say I read reversals because everything as a spiritualist has its opposite side. Everybody has a shadow self. Everyone has their, I don't want to say their evil twin, but everyone has the things that they need to work on and balance. A lot of people say, I don't read reversals, but to not read reversals, you're leaving a lot of information on the table that your intuition is trying to relay to you. Because this in reverse, it could mean something totally different than what it means upright. So, you don't have to read reversals. But I say it's very important if you do, because everything has a flip side. In African spirituality even, when you are divining, there are certain letters that come up and they always have their inverse, their flip side. So there's always always two sides to a coin. So for a complete full scope of what you are divining, reading reversals can be important. Even the way a card falls, like if this falls a certain way, it may have a certain meaning. It may, if it falls opposite, everything has its own meaning. Let your intuition guide you to what it means. Like when the cards jump out, I say it's not a good idea to ignore jumping cards. When you are shuffling and something just wants to fall out on the floor, pay attention to that and take note as well. It can be an extra side note to what you are already reading in the script of the tarot when you are reading someone's story and you're digging into the information that they want you to research spiritually. Next up, we have the principle of number 5, the Hierophant, the traditional one, the Pope. He represents, once again, dogma and religion. And these represent the neophytes at his feet that he's teaching. He's programming. This can represent mind programming. The programming that you're going to go to hell. The programming that a certain group of people are inferior while another group of people are superior. This is the realm of the Hierophant. He represents tradition, mind programming, mind control, to get the people to behave so that there isn't the anarchy of number 5, which represents rebellion and undoing that which has been established. The Hierophant represents stability of rules, values, and things such as that to keep people in their place. It doesn't necessarily represent negative rules and things such as that, but it just depends. If he's in reverse, this can be someone that has abused their power. Maybe this is, I want to be careful how I say this due to monetization. Maybe this is a priest that's misbehaving, mishandling children. Maybe this is someone that doesn't practice what they preach. They preach one thing and then they do something else behind the doors, closed doors. Eddie Long type of person, if you're familiar with that. I don't want to throw shade at anyone. Also, it can deal with someone who they have rebelled against all that they have been programmed to believe. Maybe this is a person who was a strict Catholic and they found out some information about their tradition, and now they're turned upside down because maybe they don't know what to believe now, or maybe they're finding their spirituality. They're tapping into the high priestess, which is spirituality. They're leaving religion and they're going into spirituality possibly. So this doesn't always have to be negative. This can also deal with someone breaking from tradition. This could deal with a divorce, depending on what other cards come up with it, such as the Justice card. Or this is someone a husband that's acting strange. He's not being as responsible as he's supposed to. He's not playing his role. Or the wife is acting different. She's not playing whatever role that she agreed to have with her partner. It can deal with all of those things, but it's definitely a break from tradition. Maybe I'm using a hypothetical example. Maybe people, they usually have a holiday together where they, maybe on Fridays they go eat fish or something like that, but then they decide to break the tradition, maybe due to the quarantine, but there's a break in something that's usually the norm. They're not doing it. Maybe Tuesday night is Netflix night and they're not doing that. So it's a break from what you are usually doing, break from the schedule. Because when it's upside down, the 5 energy of rebellion is stronger. Are y'all following me? Am I going too fast or too slow? Let me know if I'm going too slow. If I'm going too slow or you're not following me, just give me a number 2. Give me a yoo-hoo and let me know if I need to go a little slower. Next up, we have no tracking. Okay. Number 6 is the Lover's card. This deals with superconscious, subconscious, and the conscious mind all in union. Body, mind, soul, man, woman, spirit, and the union between them, the divine union between two people. This also deals with, if you don't want to look at it as two lovers, this could be a person in union and in balance with their spiritual side and their masculine side, because it's represented by Gemini. So it's a double energy. Maybe this is your inner self, your feminine aspect and your masculine aspect, and it's all balanced between the spirit realm and the earth realm. But the thing that lets us know that it's more than just, the relationship with the self and, balancing your own energy is we have passion here. And then we have seduction here. The snakes here represent, the apple of Eve, the apple tree of Eve. And it represents that she's tempting. She's seductive to the man. He's looking at her. He's attracted by what he sees. She's attractive. She's alluring. Feminine wiles. Whereas she's not paying him attention. She's looking up to the heavens. And this represents his passion, his sex drive, his need to want to assert himself and to pursue her. And this is the passion rising between them on the mountain, with the angel giving its thumbs up to the union. This is divine union. This can also deal with a choice as well. This can deal with a choice between two lovers, like maybe there's a love triangle situation going on. It's not usually associated with that, but in the old cards, in the old divination decks of the tarot, the lovers used to be called the choice. And it deals with a person having to choose between, one person that they love and another person that they love. A triangle. So it just depends on the situation and circumstance. In reverse, this can be a person that's head is so far up, their lover's behind, that they're not getting anything else done. They're imbalanced. Maybe they are neglecting their children. Maybe they are neglecting their career. Maybe they are neglecting their divine calling. And it's dangerous like this because anytime you turn a card like this upside down, the feelings can eventually run out. If you've ever seen a cup card in the Minor Arcana, when the cups are upside down, it usually means the thrill is gone. This can also mean making a choice between one person. This could mean two lovers not seeing eye to eye. This could mean an imbalance between your feminine side and your masculine side. There's potential for positivity because we have all of the upright images. It's not like the devil card. So everything is positive, but something needs to be turned right side up. This could mean trouble in paradise, and there needs to be something that needs to be addressed underneath the surface so that there's divine, proper union and stability in that union. Okay. I think I'm doing pretty good tonight remembering to do reversals. Next up, we have the Chariot card, represented by the number 7, under the sun sign Cancer. Hold on, let me go back. I would be remiss. Let me see. I think I told you that Hierophant is Taurus, Lovers is Gemini, but doesn't have to be Gemini energy. So back to Chariot card, ruled by the number 7 and ruled by the sun sign Cancer. This is driving forward. This is willpower. It's victory. It's trusting your gut instincts. It's moving on a hunch that you have. He has no wheels here, but he's balancing the good and bad between these two sphinx. All of this represents victory in battle. The square on his chest, everything has a significant meaning. Ruling the earth realm, ruling the natural 4 elements. The blue represents his intuition and things going forward. If you think of the sun sign Cancer, willpower. This could deal with travel as well. Sometimes if I've wanted to know if I should take a trip and I get the Chariot card, this is usually my green light card. And you'll get to the point, you know, as you're reading, you develop a relationship with your guides to where certain cards are cues to where you know it's them saying that. So this is usually my card my guide gives me if I get to go ahead to take a trip somewhere. Is it going to be safe? If this comes up like this, yes. And another thing is this could deal with getting a car, and it could just deal with forward movement, kind of like the Fool card. I've seen this come upside down, and then I had car trouble maybe 2 days later. This could deal with car trouble, things not moving forward. Once again, like I said with the Tower card in the last video, this could be a flat tire. Because remember, he doesn't have any wheels here, but it's upside down. This is an imbalance. This is something not moving forward. This could be also a lack of willpower. This could be someone not believing in themselves, not trusting their intuition to make a move. Maybe someone gets a job offer somewhere and, you know, they're reluctant to go forward, kind of like the Temperance card. So there is a lack of movement. Or this could be reckless movement as well, depending on the other cards that come with it. Especially if something like the Tower comes, the Page of Wands, the Fool reversed, then you know that this is a lack of wisdom in moving forward. Somebody's making some bad decisions or some bad moves. Maybe they're moving somewhere that they shouldn't move to. It does look like wheels there are yellow. Yes, but in Tarot, it doesn't have wheels. I know this is the sides, but it doesn't represent wheels. But once again, I'll say this. If you're reading for someone and you perceive this to be wheels, trust your instinct. But the basic school of thought in Tarot is he has no wheels on his deck. Yeah. So if you look at that and it reminds you of wheels, then what that means to you at that time period, go with that. Because not only is it important to just rely on the information of these cards, it's also important, once again, to trust your intuition. But most tarot enthusiasts, they would say he has no wheels. Okay. This can also be something being put to a halt in reverse. Excuse me. Then we have the number 8. And this is often ruled by the sun sign Leo. And this is the Strength card. Support. Getting what you need. Taming the beast. This is a caring relationship. Giving and receiving. How do we know it's giving and receiving? Because there's an infinity symbol above her head. And if you look, when she's upside down or when they are upside down, this could represent codependent relationship. A person that gives in order to, you know how some people, they'll give just to get love or to get affection or attention, admiration. This can become neediness and codependence, either on this person's part or this other person's part. This person could have possibly become so addicted to this person's giving to where it becomes draining. Or this person this person begins to feel indebted to this person for all the good things they do, and so things are in an imbalance. There can be resentment in this situation with the Strength card. Well, I love you, I like you, but you just kind of overdote me. This could be an overly doting mother. This could be a woman that kind of mothers the husband to death. It's a situation when it's in an imbalance to where either there's too much giving, too much nurturing, or too much dependence or addiction on support. Someone's addicted to giving this attention in order to get this love and this validation. Or someone's addicted to receiving it. And there needs to be a balance in this situation. This could deal with a nurse helping people. It could deal, in the book I said, it could deal with a rehabilitation specialist, a therapist helping someone calm down their animal tendencies, their beastly tendencies, their addictions, their passions, because he's orange. So that represents passion, like the Leo. So she's taming. This could be someone showing calming techniques, meditation techniques. This could mean so many different things. Upright is a very positive card, but you don't want it to go in reverse, because that either means lack of support or it means too much support to where it can become easily toxic. Okay, moving forward to the Hermit card. Privacy. I need my space. I need time to think. Maybe I'm just going to get a room for the weekend and just think about things. I need time to think about something. Leave me alone. This is the leave me alone card. I need time to think. I need time to reflect. I need some me time. These people are getting on my nerves, all this type of stuff. This is the Hermit card, represented by the sign Virgo, but once again, does not have to be. This is not a person that is lonely, but they actually want space. Maybe they want time to read a book, time to watch a movie in peace. But once again, they are not lonely. It represents searching for something. There's a Star of David inside the lantern, representing enlightenment, going within to reflect. Hold on one second. Get that notification off of there. In his hand is a staff on the left side, representing his spirit, his authority in the spirit realm. He's not taking action physically in this world. His action is being taken in the spirit world. So we know that he's kind of having, if you're familiar with the Bible, how Christ fasted for 40 days in the wilderness, this would be that type of energy with the Hermit, represented by the number 9. This card also represents isolation, like the number 9. If you look at him in reverse, as I stated in the book, this is a person who gets either way too much alone time, or this can be a person that realizes that they're lonely and they need other people. They realize they can't do everything alone. Maybe they want to add some company to the mix. So it just depends on how it comes out. This can also be a person that needs to give back. Maybe they've learned some things, and kind of like the Hierophant. Let's see, where's my Hierophant? Maybe now he's ready to teach what he has learned. Maybe he's ready for some disciples when he is in reverse. Some people say the hermit reverse is negative. I don't say it's negative. I just say that, once again, there is a need for balance. There's a need to either reach out or, once again, what was I saying? There's a need to either reach out to others, or there's a need to share something with others and stop isolating. Let people in. Kind of like the 9 of Wands energy in the Minor Arcana. Next up, we have the Wheel of Fortune, represented by the number 10 and the planet Jupiter. Your luck, Torah, Tarot, however you look at it, is turned upside down. We have Anubis here. We have the 4 fixed signs of astrology, the Aquarius, the Taurus, the Leo, and the Scorpio, which represents, even as things change, you know how the old folks say, God always stays the same, or spirit stays the same, so these are fixed. And then we have the Sphinx, the great riddler, on top of this, the mysteries of life. This can represent temptation and things going on a downward spiral, the snake that you see here. And then upside down, it represents misfortune. It representing something not going somebody's way. This can also mean that somebody is not on their right path. They're not going in the right direction. Maybe things are not working out for them because they're not in the right place, they're not in the right environment, they're not with the right people, or the timing is off. The potential for success and victory is there, and for things going in their favor, but there is a need to check and make sure that they are on the right path and they're doing things at the right time. This card reminds us that timing is everything. Every dog has its day, is the saying. Company is everything. Keeping out of bad company to prevent a downward spiral, because this wheel is always turning. It never stops turning. And to stay on the upside of it is realizing the principles of certain principles and universal laws staying the same even as this wheel turns, as the world turns. And when you see Torah on here with the tarot, it represents, once again, universal law, how they would say in Jewish mysticism, the word of God. So it just depends on how you look at it. But it's still positive despite Anubis being here. Now, Anubis in this card, which is an Egyptian deity, he has a jackal's head, kind of a dog head. He doesn't represent as much positivity in this card as he usually would. So just take it for what it is. Some people say he looks like a devil on there, but that's not the case. It's supposed to be a dog holding up the wheel. This can also deal with the realm of the dead or the realm of the unknown. Next up, we have the Justice card. Once again, ruled by Libra and the number 11. This is an air sign card. How do we know that? Because we have the sword here. We have the pillars, the two pillars, just kind of like with the High Priestess, that represents two sides of a story. And the scales here represent this person's impartiality. They're non-biased. They're fair. They're not going to say someone's correct. Oh, that's my homie, you're correct. No, it's like, no, wrong is wrong, right is right. Only the facts. The cold, hard facts. They're not, you don't see any cups on here representing emotions or anything like that. It is simply the swords. Just the facts, just the truth. It is what it is. The red represents authority and passion on seeking the truth. And you'll see the little foot there peeping out of the robe to represent whatever they decide to do, whatever ruling that they have is gonna be fair. This means that whatever somebody gets, they're gonna get what they deserve, whether it's bad or good. So if they become the hangman, then they deserved it. This is fairness in making a punishment or decision. Oh, and then upright, corrupt leadership. Upside down, corrupt leadership, injustice, unfairness, the incompletion of a karmic cycle, somebody having to go back again and repeat the same thing. Have you ever been in a relationship before and it seems like even though you broke up with one person, it seems like the next person ended up being just like the previous person? This is an incomplete cycle. This does not just deal with legal court documents and marriages and child support and paperwork. It also deals with soul contracts, something I talk about quite a lot. On here, someone is living out their soul contract. Upside down, someone is not necessarily living out their soul contract. So it just depends on what comes up in the other cards with it. Now, we're not going to do combinations like, well, what does the Justice card mean with the Hangman? We're not going to get into all of those tonight because I want to keep this class concise. We're only dealing with the basics of Major Arcana. We're not doing any combos tonight with the cards because combos can mean many different things, because we have you can do a 3-card spread, which represents the past, present, future. You can do the Celtic Cross deck. That's usually the one that I utilize. So it just depends on, I'll talk more about Celtic Cross hopefully in class 3 if I'm able to, because that's going to be 56 cards, but I'll do my best to speak about the Celtic Cross and what it means and how you can position cards. You can even create your own positions when you're doing the deck, but I digress. Next up, Neptune. A lot of people associate this card with Pisces because Pisces is ruled by Neptune. Number 12, the Hanged Man. This is a voluntary person. This person is voluntarily hanging. Their body is looking like an upside down triangle. This foot is free. Why is this foot free? Because it represents free will. How do we know that this person is voluntarily hanging? Number 1, this foot is loose. Will you have a class in the future about combos? Yes. We'll discuss that in the Q&A. Then you see the sun at his head, which represents enlightenment. This person is well aware of why they are hanging. As discussed in last class, this could deal with a person who is fasting. I am refraining from eating certain foods at this time because I'm striving for a greater good. This person is not just hanging because they're sadistic and they want to self-punish or be punished. They're hanging for a greater good. They have a cause they're fighting for. This could deal with someone who is protesting something, so they chain themselves to a signpost to represent, to inspire the people to see what their message is. This is a person with a cause that they're fighting for. Enlightenment and well-awareness. They're not a victim. This deals with refrain. It deals with restraint, self-restraint. It deals with discipline. It deals with delay. It deals with hitting the brakes on something, depending on what else comes up with it. In reverse, oh, I'm sorry, this can also deal with martyrdom. Someone choosing, like kind of like the people during September 11th, where they chose supposedly to make the planes go down because they had a cause that they were trying to get to. It can deal with that. So upside down, there could be a need for refrain, or a need to come down off the cross, a need to quit being such a martyr, over sacrificing. We get the point. Come down off the cross. This can also deal with a person that's always throwing things in your face, like other cards as well. Well, I did this and I did all this for you and I made all these sacrifices. It's a need for them to come down off the cross, stop whining, and stop over sacrificing. It's unnecessary. It doesn't serve a higher good. It's saying we get the point. Come down off the cross. Okay? Let me put these cards together so I can have space. 2, 3, 4, 5. Also, as you get familiar with your cards, you don't have to keep them in order like this. I only have them in order like this in order to teach. So I can easily locate them. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And here come those square toes right here. The Death card, ruled by the number 13 and ruled by the sun sign Scorpio. Oh, is my brother gonna die? Probably not. But your brother is definitely gonna probably go through a change if this card comes up. This represents something ending. Is my brother gonna break up with his wife? This means probably so. Things won't be the same and they won't get back together. This deals with a lack of reconciliation. Is he coming back? No, he ain't coming back, honey. There's no resurrecting this situation. This represents something, you hitting a brick wall. It's gone as far as it can go. Am I going to keep that job? Nope. If you do, it's not going to be the same. When you see this card, it represents that there's no more growth in this particular situation to be had. You can't even revive it. You can't shock a body. You know how when somebody's dying, they put the things on their heart to make it beat? Ain't no more heartbeat. It's flatline. The situation is flatline. Should I keep going out on a date with this guy? Nope. This ain't gonna go nowhere. There's no growth. Now, a lot of people usually see this as a negative card, but this is often a clear boundary because his intentions are good, because you can see the white rose of permanence and purity. I have good intentions. I'm just the angel of death. That's what he's saying. We know that he has good intentions. He's moving forward. His horse is his movement, his intentions, his drive. I have good intentions. I'm transparent. I have no friends. I'm impartial. That's what the gray in the background represents, meaning he takes queens, kings, paupers, whoever. But either way it goes, he's representing this is ending and this is a brick wall and this is good for you, because this means your blessing is somewhere else. It's not here. This is a clear sign to stop. This is not the relationship for you. This is not the job for you. This is not the place for you. This is not the city for you. This is not the person. However this comes up, this means there's no growth. Go elsewhere. It is a redirection, because after an ending becomes a bright new beginning. See the difference in these cards? See the gray on this? That means no more. This means no more. This is negativity, impartiality in a situation. This is your bright new beginning. This means go elsewhere. This is not for you any longer. You've outgrown this. So don't take this as negative and that people are literally gonna die. It depends on the other cards that come up with it. It can also mean an ancestor is speaking, an ancestor is present. Upside down, it could represent somebody that just can't let go. Oh, I can't let it go. I gotta stay. But it's killing them. It's killing them to stay. Oh, I'm at home by myself in quarantine. There's somebody calling me saying, well, I ain't gonna do more. Let me be careful. Somebody I know, oh my God, and my boyfriend, he's with his other woman and all this other kind of stuff, and I'm here by myself, and it's making me think, and this is what I'm thinking in my mind. Are you gonna keep waiting on this person? This person is proving to you that they are not there for you in quarantine, but you are holding on. This is death reverse. This means it's dead, but you can't let go. This also means overcoming a change. This represents transformation for the better. There's beauty in this. This is the beauty for ashes card. Something ends so something beautiful can bloom and begin. See how this person, they begging and pleading. Oh, please, bring it back. Bring my lover back. Bring my job back. Bring this situation back. I'm not making fun, by the way. I'm using I would say shock value in order to teach so that you can understand the semantics behind this card when you see it so that you're not afraid of it. Because it has a very positive message. Begging and pleading. Can't let go. Hitting a brick wall. Kicking a dead horse. That horse ain't gonna ever wake up. That's what this represents. The Death card. It can also represent someone who has gone through many unexpected changes as well. Then we have the Temperance card. Let me check the time so I can be on time for our Zoom. 7:53. Temperance card. Sagittarius. Number 14. I don't always remember the numbers all the time off the top of my head because I'm so used to them. This is treading lightly, treading forward, putting one toe in at a time. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. This is a balance of energy, kind of like Two of Pentacles in the Minor Arcana, but this is major energy. Someone is keeping the peace. Someone that has one foot on the ground, one foot in the water. This represents they have one foot in the rational realm, one foot in the intuitive realm. Balance. How do we know we're dealing with intuition? Because we see water and we see cups. Anytime you see cups, anytime you see water, it represents some form of flow, some form of feeling, and some form of intuition. The subconscious is speaking whenever you see the blue of the water. Now, the blue of the sky is different. That represents messages, possibilities, air energy. So don't confuse the blue in, let's see. Don't confuse the blue in this card with the blue in that card. One is air, one is water. In reverse, someone's not trusting themselves. Someone is skeptical. Someone's not moving forward. Somebody sweeps way too much stuff under the rug. Someone allows themselves to be bullied and ran over, depending on the situation and circumstance. Or this could be someone abusing their control in some sort of way. They're upsetting the status quo. In the Minor Arcana, we have the Five of Swords, which is the mess starter. This is the messy person. But in this Major Arcana, it can represent that as well when the Temperance is upside down. Let me take a sip of water really quick. We may be a little late getting onto Zoom, so I can get through all of these, but it's okay. Okay. So next we have the, hold on, make sure I'm good. The Devil card, ruled by Capricorn, number 15. Wait, yeah. The Temperance is 14, I'm sorry. The Devil is 15, equaling 6. The number of man, the mark of the beast. Now, don't think of the literal devil as spoken of in the Bible. This represents just a negative energy within us. Our shadow side, our dark side, the things that tempt us, the things that trigger envy, trigger negative thoughts, negative emotions, things that do not serve us, the things that we are tempted to. This can represent perversions for some people. This can represent addiction to drugs, addiction to alcohol, addiction to a person, a toxic soul tie. This deals with corruption. These people have become corrupt, as discussed in last week's class. But they are free. They have free will. Just like the hangman, they can get up and run. They can take the chain off their necks and they can run, but they don't want to. Why? Because I can't let go. I'm addicted to him. The loving's so good. All of that type of energy comes with this. Oh, I can't get all crack because it's just, I just don't know what I'm going to do. It's all that type of energy here. Addiction. These cards go hand in hand. Toxic. Codependence on a toxic situation. Oh, I can't leave this abusive person because they're doing this for me, kind of like with the Strength card. They're doing all this and that for me, so I can't leave them. They're a nice person. They're a good person. Yeah, they get drunk or they beat my behind, but they're a good person. I can't leave. I can't go nowhere. This is what the devil represents. Once again, it represents ill-gotten gain as well. It can deal with unhealthy competition. It can deal with attractions that can get you in trouble or being attracted to a person that's not for your highest good. And he's a bat. He has bat. Well, he's not a bat, but he's a goat with bat wings. Why does he have bat wings? Because he's an energy vampire. And if you look at his stare, that means he's hypnotizing you. Oh, I saw you across the room and I just had to have you. It's that lust. This person is hypnotizing you, kind of like on the Dracula movies, how he can glamour people. This person is glamoring the person in the situation, tempting them, beckoning them. Now, on a positive note, as I said last week, if you want to know if your mate is attracted to you, this is definitely, oh yeah, you light their fire. They're hot for you. You're tempting, you're irresistible. But on the other hand, the darkness part, which represents the unknown or our fears, our shadow self, it can represent that this person could think that something about you is just not good for them. Like, oh, she's got the best loving in the world, but oh my God, she's crazy. Oh my God, she's not wife material. He's not husband material. All of this type of energy can go with the devil card. If you look at the contrast between, like I was saying last week, the Lovers card, they're free. They're unbound. There's optimism. There's growth. Here, there's no growth. There's no flowers blooming. There's no sun shining. It's just the bat controlling them. Whereas, and see how he's got them voluntarily chained. Whereas here, the angel doesn't have to bind them. They are voluntarily choosing to be with one another in divine union. This is divine disunion. This is the evil twin of the Lovers card. Okay. Let's see. 15, 16. And after that, I consider this a divine intervention card as well. This is so toxic. What comes after that? The caca hits the fan. They've fallen out, an unexpected change. They've fallen out the tower. They have built something on a raggedy foundation. They have built something based on lies. They have built something based on half-truths. They have built something based on the deaths of other people or injustice in some sort of way. Oh, yeah, sorry. Thank you. Let me go back to devil. Sorry. I knew I was going to miss one. The devil, reverse, overcoming addiction, overcoming a toxic soul tie. Yeah, I'm still tempted. It still hurts, but I'm moving forward. I'm moving out of it. I'm taking the chain off my neck and I'm moving forward. This is someone who could also mend their corrupt ways. Maybe someone was a scam artist and they've had some sort of epiphany and now maybe they've given their life to God or they've given their life to whatever they believe and they're becoming a better person. They're trying to get a new lease on life. But the thing is, with it being in reverse, there's still that darkness and shadow self there unless you couple it like maybe with the Fool card. So now you know this person is truly being redeemed by the brightness of the sun in the background or some other positive card. But this represents redemption. This represents someone trying to mend their old ways, trying to overcome an addiction, trying to break a toxic soul tie. More positive in reverse than it is upright, depending on the situation. And back to this one here, the dreaded Tower card. Things crumbling suddenly and permanently in a situation. This one is almost as intense as the Death card. But the thing is, with death, there's finality. With this just means, okay, the sandcastle got knocked over. Maybe we have to start again. But the thing is, usually when you are starting again with a person, this represents ruin and damage. So sometimes it's damaged beyond repair. This is tragedy. Often a dangerous card to get depending on the circumstance and situation. Now, if I would see the Death card with the Tower card, this can represent a death, especially if I have the Minor Arcana card, the Ten of Swords. That could represent a very dangerous situation where someone's life could be compromised. And it's represented by Mars energy, action, suddenness, sudden change. The lightning strike represents that. Now, on another note, I've also seen this represent, pardon my language, it can represent a man completing the sexual act, explosion, if you know what I mean. I'm trying to be kid friendly here. It can represent that as well. And this can represent seeds. Usually they call the golden specks Isis tears. But the thing is, the connotations are still negative because you can see on the people's faces, shock. This one is kind of like, it is what it is. I know I built this on a bad foundation, and this one is totally taken by surprise. This one probably betrayed this one. It just depends on the other cards coupled with it in the deck. Let me see. And then next up, hold on. 10, 15, 16, 17. Yes. Ruled by Aquarius. Number 17, the Star card. Healing. After all the messes hit the fan, now it's time to heal. Maybe someone has been through a bad, shocking situation. Maybe somebody's been through a building crumbling or a fire, all of that type of thing. And now here's the nurse coming to heal you and replenish you. Greetings. Greetings. So this is a wish fulfilled. This is hope. This is restoration. This is a spiritual and emotional restoring in order to bring good things in. I keep getting all these notifications. Okay, just 1 second, please. Yes, thank you. Sorry. Tower reverse. Tower reverse. This is rebuilding, or this is avoiding a disaster. Yes, reverse for tower here. This is avoiding a disaster. This is like, nah, let me get out of this before this crumbles. I see it's about to crumble. Let me get out of here really quick. This could be somebody making a bad investment. This could be the stock market. Ooh, it's about to crumble. I'm getting out of this because I see this is about to crumble. This is someone maybe fleeing a country. Oh my God, the outbreak is about to occur. Let me hurry up and get out of here because I can see this is going to be a problem. And once again, this could be someone avoiding, not avoiding a disaster, but someone repairing their life after the crap has hit the fan. This is them repairing. They're still broken. They're still hurt about it. They're still shocked. They still have a negative outlook, but they're trying to pick up the pieces of their life and move on. My apologies. I'm trying to get through them quickly so we can get on to the Zoom. And we have a quiz too, and I don't want to keep y'all here for 3 hours. Let's see. Making sure I'm getting through everything goodly. Hold on. Then we have the Star, replenishing, hope, encouragement, nourishing. In reverse, this could be someone gets what they want, but it's not exactly the way it was. Well, I always wanted to get married and have a husband and have 2 children. But the thing is, they get what they want. They're not ungrateful like 4 of Cups and Minor Arcana. But say, for instance, they do get their wish fulfilled, but maybe the 2 children come in the form of adoption rather than them getting pregnant. Or maybe they didn't get the love of their life that they ended up marrying. This is someone getting what they want, but not in the way that they expected. It's a disappointment, but it's kind of like them still being grateful anyway. So it's still a wish fulfilled, but it's not exactly what they expected when it's in reverse. Either way, it's still a very positive card, but there's something in the midst that wasn't exactly what they manifested the way they want to. This can be another form of blessing in disguise. Someone being happy with what they have despite it not being exactly what they wanted the way they wanted it. Next up, the false mask. The person that acts like everything's okay, but it's not. The gloomy person, the person that keeps secrets. Now, this card, unlike the High Priestess, she's not deceptive when she keeps secrets. She just can't tell everything. Whereas this person is being willfully deceptive, willfully keeping a secret. No, that child is not his. Yes, I slept with your brother. Yes, I'm pregnant by so-and-so and so-and-so. This is secrets. And the thing is about these type of secrets is, whatever the secret is, it could be a disappointment to the person that finds out about it. This is Isis tears, the little golden specks falling from the sky, kind of like the moon crying. Because once it's revealed, once again, it could be disappointing news. Something coming underneath the surface. How we see the little scorpion, the crustacean coming out of the water, representing emotion and intuitions. This is ruled by the moon itself or the water signs, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. Then we have the 2 pillars in the background, representing 2 sides to a story. They're telling you one thing, but it's another. This is a two-faced person quite often. But here lets you know that something ain't right. Something is up. Something is panging, something is tapping at your gut saying, no, you need to look further beneath what is further past appearances is what I'm trying to say. In reverse, the secret is revealed. The tea is spilled. Something comes to light. A diagnosis, a test result, a secret. Maybe a text comes through in the middle of the night between a couple, and the wife or the husband finds out that there's somebody else. This is a secret being revealed. The tea is spilled. Somebody's mask falls off. They pretend to be something else, and then they have a moment to where they just kind of go off, and now you get to see the real person. The phoniness is revealed in this card. Yep, the fake looking sun. Exactly. It looks like it's sunny, but really it's disappointment underneath. Yes, exactly. Next up, we have the beautiful sun card. Optimism, transparency. I mean you good. I have good intentions. I won't hurt you. All of that type of energy. Innocence. Hold on one second. Your explanation is so awesome. It's definitely helping me. Thank you so much. Thank you. Moving forward with optimism. Things to be proud of. Accomplishment, joy, passion, enthusiasm. Anything positive, you can relate it to the sun card. Does he love me? Yes. This is true love. But this love does not always, unless it's coupled like with the lover's card, then yes, that's deep true love. But this could mean the innocent love. This could mean the love that you have for your child, the love you have for your parent, the love you have for your pet, the love you have for yourself, the love you have for your life path. This is a happy person. They're happy to get up in the morning and do what they do. In reverse, it's the most positive card in the deck that even in reverse, it's still positive. It's kind of like the star in reverse. This could be somebody who maybe they have gone through a challenge, maybe like a burn victim or something, and they still would we be able to replay. Yes, this is a replay. Yes, we're going to be able to replay it afterwards. Maybe this is a kid who's a burn victim, but they encourage other people. This is somebody that they could have had a challenge in their life, but they're still happy. They still come out with a silver lining. They're still optimistic. They're still proud. They didn't let life beat them down and corrupt them into this. They overcame their challenges, and they're still looking at the bright side of things, even though things may not totally be right side up. So it's still positive even in reverse. There's no negative connotation to it. It can also mean maybe in a yes or no question. We have two more cards and then we'll move forward. I was going to go into the personalities of the cards. I really wanted to do that because I feel like I'm repeating what we did in class 1 if we're able to. But I want to get to Zoom. So let's see. I'm trying to manage time properly. I'm not going to talk about the numbers tonight because it's not going to be enough time. But I'll do my best to talk about like what the cards mean, is how someone feels about you. And I'll try to quickly go through their personalities. Some of this I'm going to probably have to do supplementary videos, so this doesn't end up being 2.5 hours. Let's see. Plus I want to do the quiz, which I'll probably do on Zoom. The judgment card, a decision is being made. A lesson has been learned. This is a school bell ringing. Time to go home. Time to start school. This is an announcement. Someone's making an announcement. There's a decision. There's a major turning point. A major change. This is also representing resurrection. Now, if someone asks in this card, like contrast with the death card, like, no, he ain't coming back, honey. With this could be a resurrection of a dead situation. Something comes back to life. So someone says, are we going to get back together? It's possible, but keep in mind, these are still corpses. This means somebody's going to probably try to attempt something and breathe life back into it, because this represents resurrection once again, but we have to see if it's going to be positive. In reverse, you're trying to resurrect something that's not worth reviving. This is making poor decisions, making poor judgments. This is someone avoiding a turning point in their life. This is someone kind of like, oh, it's the pink elephant in the room. I know I should leave this relationship, but I'm going to stay. This is judgment in reverse. This is someone avoiding a major turning point. The time is now. The time is now for me to propose to my girlfriend. Now is the time. This is when someone has an epiphany and makes a decision. This could be that, okay, a couple is at home during this quarantine and the guy is kind of sitting there on the toilet, kind of like, you know, she's a good woman, this and that. She's a perfect woman for me. Everyone says I should marry her. You know what? I'm going to get her a ring. This is making a decision. So it's not just resurrection. It's just making a decision and sticking to it, that you're going to do something and stick to it. Or you know what? I was sitting on the subway today, and yeah, I decided, you know what, I'm gonna move to Arkansas. This is someone making a decision, a flash of insight, kind of like the Ace of Swords of Minor Arcana. Hold on one second. Okay, let me keep going. Someone missed their link. And then finally, let me see, did I tell you about, your judgment is ruled by Saturn. It's not ruled by an astrological sign, it's ruled by Saturn, and it's number 20. Sorry about that. And I said judgment reverse, bad decisions, resurrecting something that's not worth resurrecting. And then finally, we have the world card, travel, things coming to an end, completing a cycle, graduation. Don't move to, oh no, it's not me. No, none of these examples represent me. These are hypotheticals in order to help you bond with the cards and understand the information. No, I'm not moving to Arkansas. I have no interest in Arkansas, with all due respect. But this is a turning point in someone's life. A graduation, moving forward, coming of age. This is something to be proud of. Yay, I'm at my graduation party. Yay, I'm at my wedding. And the wands, the batons in her hand represent authority. You're in Arkansas. Oh, well, nothing against Arkansas, but everything comes to full bloom. Also, if this is coupled with other cards, such as Major Arcana cards, like, the Page of Cups, or even coupled with the Empress, it could represent a pregnancy. If you look at the roundness of the globe or the wreath around her, it could represent a pregnancy as well, a full-term pregnancy. Then we have the fixed signs there, which means as things complete, certain things stay the same. It's kind of like saying the more things change, the more things stay the same. In reverse, this is an incomplete cycle. Like we said last week, somebody needs to graduate, somebody needs to level it up. Somebody needs to take it a step higher. It's a lack of completion, a lack of celebration, lack of ending a cycle. This could deal with lack of world travel, because once again, I always associate this with Sagittarius, even though it's coupled with Uranus, because it represents traveling long distance to a foreign country, foreign relations, foreign lands. This can also deal with having a misfortune in a foreign land, depending on how it comes up and what other cards come with it. So let me see if I can quickly move through these really quick. Ooh. The time. Are y'all all right? Are y'all all right on time? Am I taking too long? I promise we're not going to be as long as we were last time. Let me see. 0. Let me reorganize. Give me a second. 0, 1. Recalibrate. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10. I'm going to do this as fast as I can. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 13, 10, 11, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. So now, how does he feel about me? Take as long as you, oh, thank you. How does he feel about me? Well, he might be a little skeptical to move forward. He like you. Yeah, I take the good with the bad. You know, she got bad breath, but she's a nice girl. Or, he kind of boring, but you know, he's a gentleman. He pays for the meals. If someone asks, oh, how does this person feel? This is usually what this means in general, depending on what other cards come up. But this person is reluctant to make a commitment, or reluctant to going forward. They're taking their time a little bit. I don't know if I want to commit. Yes, I'm just going to kind of play it safe. This is a person that's playing it safe. If we're talking about a romantic situation. And I'm going out of order now. I'm just going to pull what comes. That's faster. How does this person feel about you? They're definitely sexually attracted to you, or they feel like you are a toxic person. It's like something about you is irresistible, but they feel like something isn't right about the situation either, even though you're tempting. Or they could feel like you are a corrupt person in general. Like, ooh, my best friend, Regina, or Nina, whoever, she's not a good person for me. She's messy and all this and that. But you know what? We've been knowing each other for so long. We go way back, you know, so I still deal with it, even though I know she's toxic. Or my cousin, she's so messy and she's so negative, but you know, she's been there for me, so I still got to be her friend. How does this person feel about me? Quickly going. Tower. When you see Tower, how does someone feel about you? A disaster, a train wreck. That something is terrible, something is not worth it. This is the most negative card you can get for how someone feels about you. A hot mess. That's pretty much what their opinion is, or their feelings about it. Also, something unexpected. Maybe they learned some news about you that was disappointing. It shocked them in some sort of way. Like, oh my God, I didn't know that she had 2 children, and you know I don't like children. It could be a guy saying that. So he's feeling shocked at a situation. It's not positive. It's a negative shock. How does he feel about me? He feels like you're his wish fulfilled, but you're just too far. You're his dream come true, but you're out of his league. Oh, she's so beautiful. She's so far, but she lives all the way across the country. Or I'm married and I can't be with her, but I love looking at her pictures. I love just kind of thinking about her. It usually deals with long distance love, because when we look at the stars, we see how beautiful they are in the sky, but we can't touch them. So it usually deals with long distance. They feel like you're their wish fulfilled, but they feel like for some reason they can't have you or they can't be with you, depending on the situation. Long distance love. How does this person feel about me? They could feel like you're two-faced. They could feel like you're deceitful. They could feel like they don't have all the facts. They could feel like something is up with you, but they can't quite put their finger on it. Or they could be disappointed in you. This can also deal with them finding out a disappointing secret, kind of like in the Tower card. Quickly moving forward. How does this person feel about me? That you are so bright, optimistic, and so lovable. A dream come true. You make them happy. You make their heart smile. Very positive energy. You're innocent. They have good intentions towards you. They don't see you as somebody they just want to play or take advantage of. Very beautiful card for how somebody can feel about you. Judgment. I don't know about that. This ain't my type right here. It's okay, Alexandria. This ain't my type right here. This person, they pick their toenails and they dig in their nose. They got bad hygiene. I don't know about this. This can also deal with, I went out with him a few times. I didn't really like him. It feels like it's a dead situation, but I'm bored, so I'll just go out with him again. I'll revive the situation for tonight, and I'll go out with him again. We'll see. It's kind of like that type of energy. It's not the most romantic card of the deck if you're speaking of romance. It can also deal with a parent being judgmental of a child or vice versa. This could deal with your in-law thinking, this person isn't good for my child. All of that. Judgment. And I'm not going to do the reversals on the opinions in order to balance the time, because a lot of this information is in the book as well. So we can just do it like that. You all right? Okay. The World card. Oh, she's so sociable and out there. This could be like, oh, she's such a free spirit. She doesn't wear that many clothes on Instagram. You know, she's so happy-go-lucky. She talks to everybody. She's flirtatious. Usually when you see the World card about how a guy feels about you, he feels like you're friendly and you talk to all the guys. Or you're just out there. Oh, it's a guy. Oh, he likes all the girls. He's community property. Sociable. Out there for everybody. It's not a negative card. They don't think negative about you, but they're not really thinking commitment. They're thinking that you're just all over the place. Not necessarily in a negative way. The it girl that's all over the place. Maybe it's not the good girl I'm going to marry, but she's a lot of fun to go out with and hang out with. She's smart, she's intelligent, she's accomplished, but she's kind of out there. She's too open to everybody. She's not discriminating. Death card. Ooh. What does this person think about me? They think that you are a dark cloud on a bright sunny day. You rain on their picnic. Change, transformation. It means also that they could pity you as well. You represent some sort of change that they do not want to go through. Well, are you going to marry her? That's too much change. I'm not ready to get married. So this is not a positive card as to how someone can think of you. As you will probably know. How do they think about me? Oh, a real nice person, real gullible, naive, friendly, trying to find themselves. They're a risk taker. You know, they haven't quite established themselves yet. They're a little inexperienced, you know, but a good person in general. They mean well. Someone's opinion of you for the Fool card. The Magician, you got the tools with the stuff you use. You make stuff happen. You're a go-getter. People admire you. You're charismatic. You're a good speaker. You're charming. You know how to, once again, you know how to make stuff happen. You're an influencer. You're a motivator. Their opinion of you. This can also be the opposite of someone trying to charm you and using all their tools to either pull the wool over your eyes or to get you to like them. They're delighted in you. They consider you magical. What do they think about me? They think you're intuitive. They think you're composed, mysterious. Did I say mystical, intelligent? You don't show your hand. There's more to it than meets the eye. And you're definitely on their mind. They're definitely thinking about you because this also represents subconscious energy. The moon, the blue colors, you're on their mind. They're thinking about you when they're in the bed at night, etc., etc. A very beautiful card to get if you're wondering if you're a feminine and you're wondering what someone is thinking about you. Oh, you're beautiful. You're my dream girl. You're exactly what I want in a woman. I want you to be the mother of my children. When you're around, everything is beautiful. The birds are singing, the flowers are blooming. Very positive card for what someone thinks of you if you're dating someone. What do they think of me? They could think you're a bit controlling if you're a feminine. They could think that you're a little bit bossy, that you don't know how to let up and have fun. Now, if you're talking about what a woman would think of a man, this means that she totally respects you. She trusts you. She depends on you, or vice versa. Your children totally trust you and depend on you. People respect you. This is still a card of respect. It's not the most positive card for a feminine to get about how someone thinks of them unless they are a boss, a CEO or something. But in a romantic situation, you don't want to be a woman to get this, what a man thinks about you necessarily. But if a man wants to know how a woman thinks of him, this is a very highly complimented card to get because he's the ultimate alpha male, the ultimate masculine energy. How do they think of me? They could think you're a stick in the mud. They can think you're too religious. They can think you're a Bible thumper. They can think that you're always at church every morning, on Sunday morning, and on Wednesdays you're a prude. You don't know how to have fun. But they think that you're a good person in general. Just a bit uptight. What do they think of me? They think you're lovely. This is a very good card to get if you are asking about emotions, romantic emotions. They think you're a dream come true, like the Empress and the Sun card, a very positive card. You light their fire. They like you and they love you and they are attracted to you. It's a triple whammy. Body, mind, soul, subconscious, conscious, and superconscious. What do they think of you? They can think either you push forward. They can think you're a bit aggressive. You move forward despite obstacles. You're assertive. You think positive. You're intuitive. And you're sure of yourself. You're victorious. You're a winner. This is a victory card in the Major Arcana. You're a winner. You're a leader as well with that card. What do they think of me? You're so supportive. If you're not the one that's being supportive, you're so open to people helping you. You allow yourself to be vulnerable. You allow yourself to be tamed. On this side, you could be a nurse, a school teacher that helps people. You're very helpful. You're a person that gives service. You're a very optimistic, lovable person, worthy of love, giving and receiving love. What do they think of you? They think you're a bit antisocial. They could think that they want space from you or that you want space from them. Not the most positive card when you're talking about romance. They could think, once again, that you stay home too much. You're a bit of a wallflower. Maybe you're too deep. Maybe they want to talk about the basketball game and all you want to talk about is the journey of the soul. Maybe they're just like, I don't know. They respect you spiritually. They think you're wise. And they think that you go within you, that you're intuitive. But maybe a bit boring, maybe a bit dull. Maybe they need their space from you and you need their space from them. You don't let people in, you're aloof. That's what this card would represent. You're a loner. Upside down, of course, they would think that you're a lonely person. What do they think of you? They think you're fortunate. They think that you've been through some stuff in your life and you have landed on your feet. They're lucky to have met you or lucky to have you in their life. And they're grateful. They feel like they could lose you at any moment. So they're grateful to have you. They want to hold on to you as much as possible. How do we know that? Because we have the 4 fixed elements on the side. What do they think of you? They think that you're fair. They think that you're sociable. They think that you're gregarious, but you're still serious when it comes down to business. They think that you're non-biased. And they think you don't play despite the fact that you're friendly. Next up, what do they think of me? They think that there's something in your life that is not yet blooming. You're always sacrificing. There's something stuck in the mud with your life. Maybe this person is unlucky. Maybe they're a stick in the mud, believe it or not, because this deals with refrain and this deals with ceasing to do something, taking a pause. So this could also deal with reluctance, like the temperance card as well. You sacrifice too much. You're too much of a martyr. You play the victim too much, depending on how it comes, upright or in reverse. So that's the summary of that. Let me see if I can go into Zoom now. I'm not going to do the personality so we can keep the time at a fair. Let me see. Hold on one second. I'm going to keep the time. Start. Let me make sure I'm on the right one. Tarot. Okay. Is anyone in Zoom? Press 1 if you're going to Zoom. Hold on one second. Let me see if it goes through. If it doesn't go through, I'll just have to say, oh, well. Internet audio. Let's see if it comes through. Participants. Okay. Is anyone in Zoom with me? Whoever wants to talk, is the link working for you? I don't hear anybody. I'm going to wait for a few minutes. If I don't hear anybody, I'm going to resume doing the live stream here. We're going to quickly go through the quiz, and we'll just have to do Q&A here, because when I do the Q&A right here, I can't hear your voices, and sometimes your questions fade too quick. So that was the problem. If we don't have it set up by this week, I'll definitely have Zoom set up the right way next week. But I'm doing this on my own. This is something I decided to do over the weekend. Okay, I'm in Zoom if y'all want to join me. Let's see, participants. Let's see, unmute. I'm gonna wait for a few minutes to see if someone comes through. Let's see. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep talking on the camera. One thing that you can do when you are establishing, it said you started another meeting. Let's see. Stop video, end meeting, end meeting. Let's see, 7. It's not allowing me to open it. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Sorry about that. Internet audio. Okay, I'm in the room. Let's see. See waiting room, admit. April joined. Hello. Yay! We're in Zoom. Yay! Let me see if I can hear you. Admit. Yay! Let me see if I can hear y'all. Admit. How do I unmute this? Y'all gotta excuse me. Hold on, y'all. Yay! I can hear you now too. Awesome. So really quick, as y'all come in, I'm admitting more people. We're gonna go through the quiz. We're gonna go through the quiz in the book, only on the major arcana parts though. And I would like for y'all to verbally, first of all, before we do the questions, I'd like for y'all to verbally answer the questions if you're able to. Y'all can put it in the live stream here as well, but it's gonna probably fade pretty quickly. Is everyone still following? And then we'll do Q&A. Okay, y'all ready for the quiz? Let's see, 2 people have entered. Hello, everyone. Admit, admit. Let me unmute. Hold on one second. Let me unmute everybody. Unmute. Make sure I can hear everyone. Unmute. Hello. I see you. Hold on one second. Let me unmute everybody. Unmute. Oh my God. Let me see. I'm so untech savvy. Let's see. Hello. Oh my God. Let me see. Unmute. Hold on, I have to go by one and unmute everyone. Let's see. Tiffany, Pharaoh's Muse. Okay, we're gonna probably do it this way. Oh, okay. All right, great. Thank you for letting me know that. So next time we'll probably do this on Zoom. Are y'all ready to take the quiz? All right, I'm going to get started. Question number 1. This card deals with the principles of getting even, legal issues, documents, contracts, fairness, and equality. I'll repeat it again. It's a delay. This card deals with the principles of getting even. Yes. Legal issues, documents, contracts, fairness, and equality. Yes. And this is in your book. Question number 2. The color red usually means what in tarot? Yes, Justice.
Passion.
Yes. Passion, and we can add to that other adjectives.
Authority.
Yes. Yes, definitely. Hold on, let me admit some more people. Okay. Next up, when someone is in need of space and time to think. Yes, royalty as well. When someone is in space, needs space and needs time to think. B and J. I'll tell you in just a minute, Heather. Yes, definitely. The Justice card is of what element? Yes, Hermit. The Justice card is of what element?
Air. Is it air? I think it is.
Yes.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes. Next up, the ability to manifest and attract that which you desire and having the confidence and tools to make it happen is represented by what card? Yes, Queen B. And conjugate. Yes.
Magician.
Yes, indeed. Number 6, a fortunate situation in which one has the upper hand in a circumstance that is going favorably is represented by which card? Somebody has the upper hand in a situation. It's a fortunate situation. Number 6.
Fortune.
Yes.
Wheel of Fortune.
Yes. Next up, when someone feels they need space and isolation in some type of form, or someone who is a loner that tends to be deep, wise, and spiritual is represented by what card? This one should be easy.
The Hangman.
When someone feels they need space and isolation in some form, or someone who is a loner. Yep.
That's the Hermit.
Next up, the Hermit. Number 8, a highly intuitive, knowledgeable person that does not tell all that they know is represented by what card?
High Priestess.
Yes. Next, tolerance, balance, and carefulness is represented by which card?
Temperance.
I'm sorry?
Temperance.
Yes, very good. Next up, strict religious families that believe in obedience, conformity, and tradition would be related to which card? Yes. Next, feeling supported, needed, appreciated, and attended to is related to which card? Feeling supported, needed, appreciated, and attended to.
Strength.
Yes.
Strength. Strength.
Yes. Next up, a major turning point in divine intervention that can deal with the principle of resurrection or a huge decision being made.
The Judgment.
Yes. Next up, a powerful, committed, confident, dependable leader who is the natural alpha and ultimate boss.
The Emperor.
Yes. Yes, very good. I don't see y'all's names with your faces, but I can see your face. Let's see what else we have here. Disaster, tragedy, ruin, and unexpected surprise that will be related to which card?
Power.
Yes. Next up, delay, refrain, restraint, self-control, and looking at things from a different perspective. Delay, refrain, restraint, self-control, and looking at things from a different perspective would be related to which card?
Hangman.
Yes. Very good. Let's see. Number 16, moving forward and trusting yourself despite obstacles on your path to victory. The green light to move forward with something.
The Chariot.
Yes. Next up, a beautiful.
Chariot.
The chariot. Next up, a beautiful, fertile woman that is either a maiden, a pregnant woman, or mother. The ultimate divine feminine.
Empress.
Yes. Okay, next up, secrets, deception, false pretenses, something being fake, things being hidden underneath the surface is represented by which card?
The moon.
Yes. Next up. Very good. Next up, the ultimate happiness, joy, success, and transparency. The best card in the deck.
The sun. Star.
Yes, the sun. The sun. Let me see how we're doing. Hold on one second. Let me see what else I can squeeze in. Major Arcana personality. Did y'all see the video I did on YouTube about the personalities of the Major Arcana? Yeah, y'all can use that as supplement. That way I don't have to talk about it in class tonight to keep it at a good time restraint. Next up, a divinely fortunate union where the love, passion, and chemistry is strong. The best card to get in a romantic situation. Yeah, I tried to make these as elementary as possible. Yes. Completion, finality, long distance travel, and things ending on a good note can be related to which card? Completion, finality, long distance travel. Yes, very good.
The world.
Yes. Let's see. And I'm going to do some off the top of my head in a minute after we're done with these. We're almost done. A dream coming true, healing, renewal, and encouragement after difficult times, feeling replenished, and a wish fulfilled is which card?
Star.
Yes. Next up. This one should be, all of them should be so easy. Temptation, addiction, toxic soul ties, sticking to a bad situation and not being able to let go of a toxic situation that brings no good. Yes. It gets more complicated with the minor arcana, but these are pretty easy because it's only 22. Next up, a sudden ending of a cycle, a situation, relationship, or chapter in one's life reaching finality. A situation that cannot be reversed or revived is related to which card?
The death.
Yes. Next up, taking on a brand new start. This one should be super easy. Stepping out on faith, taking a huge risk, not knowing what the outcome could be.
The fool.
Yes. Next up, no, that's minor arcana. Let's see. Yep. So that's it for major arcana with the quiz for tonight. So now I'm going to do something different. I'm going to shuffle, and then I'll ask a question about which card I'm using. All right, a man that is out of control, an abusive husband. He provides, he gives everything, but he takes advantage of his power. Which card would that be? An abusive man, a control freak.
Emperor.
What kind of emperor? Yes, the emperor reversed.
Reverse.
Yes. Let's see what comes up next. You know what? I'm going to do something different. I want you all to ask me questions, and then I'll pull the cards up, and then we'll learn like that. Let's do that, because it's going to be too easy the way I put this. Okay, so who wants to go first? Who wants to ask me a question, and then I'll pull a card up to what you're saying? Or identify what you're trying to say within the 22 of the major arcana. This is the backwards way we can learn. Anybody want to go? Okay, let's see. All right, so I'll go back to my cards. Anybody want to go on the live stream? Ask me anything. Let's see. Let me make up something. Dana's dad is a strict Muslim. She has to have her head covered. She cannot wear makeup. She cannot get her nails done. What type of man is her dad?
Hierophant.
Yes, the Hierophant. Dana is going to do what she wants to do no matter what anyone else says. She is moving on with her life and getting a new lease on life. We haven't heard from her. We haven't talked to her. She just has her head in the clouds. Which card would this be? Yes.
The Hermit. Oh, the Fool.
Yeah, she has a new lease on life. But that's close, so we can see the cards. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay. This is a person who is going to finally stop bearing other people's crosses. Okay, let's say it's a grandmother. She's not going to babysit the children anymore. She's not going to keep loaning money. She's not going to stay in a situation that's uncomfortable. She's getting the children out of her house. What type of person is this? I forgot about y'all over here. Y'all got to see my cards. What type of person is grandma? She's not babysitting any more kids. She's not loaning any more money. She's not letting people live with her. The hangman reverse. She's done making sacrifices. She's done bearing other people's crosses. Let's see. The hangman reverse. Let's see. Betty's husband passed away, and all she does is just sit at home and stare at the wall. Her family invites her out to dinner and to participate in hobbies and activities, but all she wants to do is stay at home and stare at her husband's photo. What type of person is Betty?
Hermit?
Yes.
Hermit in reverse.
Betty's husband passed away, but she can't let go. All she does is look at his pictures and stare at the wall. She won't go out to eat with her family. She won't take on new hobbies. She won't try anything new. What type of person is Betty? That would be close to that, though, the hermit. But remember, her husband passed away. She can't let go. The death reverse. She can't let go. But I can see why you would say hermit, because she's not going out socializing. That would make sense. But she can't let go is the thing. The hermit, he doesn't hold on to things. Let's see. Mariana is such a good mother. She helps out the other children on the soccer team. She helps them if they can't do their homework. She always helps them. She makes sure everyone has a hot meal. She gives them a ride home. She encourages them. The children in the community.
That'd be the strength, right?
Yes. The strength card, supportive. Death reverse, the Empress. Not the Empress for the previous cards. I haven't pulled Empress yet. Let's see. Now, Cassidy doesn't want to go out. She's in college. She'd like to stay in her dorm room. She doesn't want to go meet any new guys. She doesn't want to go down to the student center. All she wants to do is stay in her room and study.
Hermit?
Yes. There's a hermit. Patricia has just found out that she is pregnant with a boy child. She is preparing for the baby shower. She's celebrating. Everyone is happy to see the announcement. She's excited and jumping all over the room. How is she feeling? How's Patricia feeling?
The Empress.
She's excited. She's jumping all over the room. Huh? Yes.
World.
Her feeling about how she feels.
World.
The sun, how she feels. She's excited. She's happy. She's jumping. She's happy. The sun card. I had to make it tricky. Huh? Not yet. I haven't pulled the world yet. I'm trying to spice it up because I don't want it to be too obvious. I'm just pulling questions off the top of my head. Now, let's see. John is thinking about getting into a new relationship with a young woman. But the problem is he has someone in his life. He has someone in his life that he's obligated to. She's very beautiful and she won't let go of him. He's still kind of caught up on her. She could possibly be bearing a child for him. I'm trying to make this one not so easy and obvious. She could be bearing a child for him. There's a yep, the Empress, the baby mama card. Yes. Let's see. Rolanda has the utmost respect for the CEO of the company that she works for. He does what he says he's going to do. If he says he's going to give her a raise, he does it. And she trusts him. She trusts his leadership. What type of man is her boss? Rolanda's boss.
The emperor.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's the emperor.
Mm-hmm. Daniel says he wants to take it slow before going out on too many dates with Tanya. He is calling her every now and then. He's texting her. He's giving her little glimmers of hope, but he's taking his time, kind of procrastinating on going any further. What type of person is he? Mm-mm. He's taking his time. He'll call her and text her, but he doesn't take it too far. He doesn't want to get her hope. What type of person is he?
Is it temperance?
Yes.
Temperance.
Temperance. He's being careful. He's taking it slow. It's kind of difficult to shuffle 15 cards because there's only 22 in the Major Arcana. Let's see. Let's see. I want to turn this one upside down. Miss Wanda's new boyfriend, he seems like he's a good person, but he's a slick talker. He seems flirtatious, and he seems like he's just full of it a little bit. I don't totally trust him. I mean, he looks friendly, he's charming, but something about him seems a bit shady.
Magician in reverse?
Yes, the magician in reverse, the con artist. The magician in reverse. Remember I said he seems like a slickster? A con artist? I think I said that, or something like that. The magician reverse. I'm gonna go with this card here. Beautiful divine union, long-term love, harmony, seeing eye to eye with the love of your life. What card would be related to this? This one should be easy. The Lovers, divine union. Let's see. Marjorie did a paternity test and found out that the man she thought was her child's father is not. She is feeling very sad and disappointed because she doesn't know who it could be. What card will be related to this?
Star reverse.
Sorry?
Star reverse.
Mm-mm. She doesn't know who the father could be. She's found out some disappointing information that the man she thought was her child's father is not, and she doesn't know who it is. Huh?
The moon.
Yep, the moon. A secret. Something coming to light. We're going to have to do this on Zoom next time. Next up. Let's see. Charlie and Susan are both alcoholics. They have a good time, they pass out, and they don't get anything done with their life. They get along really good, but they don't get anything accomplished together. Because their common thing that they have because the thing that they have in common is their addiction. Which card would this be? Yeah, the devil.
The devil.
Yes. Let me see how I can put this. Barbara thought that her boyfriend paid the rent for the past 3 months. So she gets an eviction notice saying that she has to move out within 2 days. How is she feeling when she finds out this information? Huh? Mm-mm. Yep, the tower. Barbara thought her boyfriend paid the rent for 3 months, and then she gets an eviction notice saying she has to be out in 2 days. How does she feel? The tower. An unexpected, unpleasant surprise. Yep.
That's a sudden change.
Sudden change, yes.
Unexpected change.
Let's see. Let me see how I can put this. Tony has fallen in love with a woman all the way in South Africa. He finds her beautiful. He talks to her. But there's something about the situation to where he feels like he can't go be with her at the time period. Which card would this be related to?
The star.
Yes. The star. Being in love with somebody that you feel like you can't have, that your dreams come true, but out of your league in some sort of way, or the situation it looks too insurmountable. Let's see. Marie Laveau would probably be more tied to which tarot card?
High priestess.
Yes. The Major Arcana are so easily detectable. You'll learn the Major Arcana in no time. If you break it up, if you're unfamiliar with tarot and you give yourself a week just to learn the first 22 cards, it's easier. Because the Minor Arcana is more extensive. Let's see. Bobby decides it's time to put his dog to sleep. The dog is suffering and going through many health issues and challenges. What is this decision that he has come to? What would it be described by? Mm-mm. He decides that the dog is sick and is struggling and it's time to put the dog to sleep. What would this decision be represented by?
Judgment.
Judgment. An epiphany, a decision. Yes. A judgment call. A major turning point to do something major. Let's see. LaDonna wants a reading from you and she wants to know if she's going to get child support. What card will probably say that yes, she is? This one should be easy.
The judgment card.
Yes, the judgment card. A fair ruling in the situation. Let's see. Teresa is at the airport and there has been a flight delay, but now she decides she's going to take a different flight and go forward anyway. What would this card be represented by? Her determination to still make the trip, even though there's been a delay on her original flight.
The Chariot.
The Chariot, moving forward despite obstacles. Yes. She's still going forward anyway with her decision. Nothing, it's no turning back. Nothing can turn her back. Let's see. Denise has just completed graduation. She's having a party. Everyone's over. Everyone's celebrating, toasting with glasses of wine because she's getting ready to relocate soon to London. What would this card be represented by? Her graduation party.
The world.
The world. Yes.
World.
Pretty easy. This is so elementary easy, y'all. There's at least these first 22. Jack is a gambler. He's going to go out to the casino and try his luck tonight. So he wants to pull a card to see if things are going to go good. What would that be represented by?
Fortune.
I'm sorry. Yes, the Wheel of Fortune. So yes, that is the end of the quiz for tonight. Next week, we will be delving into the Minor Arcana. And now we have the Q&A. Like I said, if you want to see about the personalities of the Tarot, please go watch the video I did this past week. It's called The Major Arcana and Personalities. I'll try to leave the link in the description box of this video because I'll just be repeating the same thing I said on that video if we discuss that right now. Let's see what else we have here. In the back of your book, I have some resources to get you started after all of this quarantine business to where you can either set your own schedule working online or working in person. I got some options such as you can start your own YouTube channel slowly but surely and asking people to share your videos. That may take some time to establish it though. Once you get up to 1,000 subscribers, then you can begin to go live, which gives you more exposure. If you're going to do a tarot channel, you can also do a channel to where maybe you don't want people to see who you are, so you can do it as a way. I'm sure you all have seen some tarot videos on YouTube. You can just show your hands. They don't have to see who you are. They don't have to see your identity. There's a phone service called, you haven't got the book yet. I'll send the books out as soon as we're done with the class. I made the announcement. But everyone check your trash, your junk mail in your inboxes. Some people are finding this in their junk mail, the book, but I'll send it again. The next source is you can go to kasamba.com, which is an online reading where people can get readings from you online on the phone if you're comfortable with doing long distance readings. But there's a time period you need to build that relationship with your ancestors before really confidently reading for people accurately who are long distance that you can't see. Another site is keen.com. This is in the back of your book. You'll be able to see this when we finish this class. You can also set up a profile on yelp.com in your local area, letting people know that you are an intuitive reader. Kasamba is spelled K-A-S-A-M as in Mary, B-A. Kasamba.com and then keen.com, K-E-E-N. And then a Yelp profile, Y-E-L-P. You can get on the app and you can create your own profile that you are an intuitive tarot reader in your area. And there's also a way that people can leave reviews for you on Yelp. And you can also promote the page and do an ad for you to become more visible in your area. Now, the good thing, I'm not knocking Arkansas. A good thing in an area like that is they may not have as many tarot readers that are advertising, so that will be the perfect opportunity. If you live in a smaller town, then that will be a good opportunity for you. But if you live in a smaller town, I would advise you don't put your profile picture on there so people can see who you are. You want to do like maybe some sort of mystical picture, maybe some roses, a sun, the ocean, some other sort of profile picture to where they cannot see your identity if you're going to go on Yelp, because anybody can find you on Yelp that is looking for either a psychic reader or a tarot reader. Next up, you can look for vendor opportunities at local events. If people are having like Kwanzaa events or festivals, oftentimes you will find somebody there that is a tarot reader. They take their folding table, they put the cloth down, and they start reading for people. You know, and the people, they put the money in the jar, either they pay their ticket, and you can do that. And there are also things you can look for in your area called psychic fairs. And you can be one of the readers at those fairs as far as an extra stream of income. Another thing too is a lot of people like in Venice Beach in California, or people at the park, they go to the park or they go by the beach, they set up their table and they read people there on the spot as people pass by. The only thing is you may have slow days doing that. So you just never know. I'm running out of time on my Zoom as well. So we'll just go back to live stream. I'm almost done though. So you all can ask your questions. Once again, a local metaphysical shop, they can hire you, but the thing is you're going to have to divide your earnings with them. They may take 20% or 30% of what you get on a reading. And usually the readings are more expensive. Maybe they charge like $100 for a 30-minute reading, or almost maybe $150, $170 for a 2-hour reading, depending on how prominent the shop is. And you have to divide a percentage with them. You're sharing your earnings with the shop to be there. But you can gain regular customers that come and see you that way if you ever leave that shop, then maybe they'll follow you. But sometimes the company, they don't want you to take the customers with them. Another thing is you can go live on Facebook and you can begin getting comfortable reading for the public. That way you can get a following like that. One thing I say is, I was speaking of the law of exchange, but if you're getting yourself out there, get like a cousin, a brother, a sister, a friend, and practice reading on them first. Make sure that you have their permission to read their energy, and you can practice on them. And as you get more confident, you can go on Facebook and you can say, I'm going to pull one card for each person. You can go live and you pull a card for them and you tell them what's going on. Maybe you want to pull 3 cards. And some people, they'll actually hit you up in the inbox and they'll ask you to do a further reading on the situation, especially if you're spot on. That's another way to get exposure if you're going to have your tarot business as an extra stream of income, if you're doing it for that purpose. Once again, also, let me see. Okay, you can read a card a day on Instagram or Facebook. You can pull a card for people, and that often is intriguing to people if you're accurate with that. You can join a meetup group for tarot enthusiasts if you want extra people to study with. That's another way to market, because maybe they can let you know, okay, it's a psychic fair going on in town, or this is coming up, and they can let you know of certain events where tarot readers are needed. That is another option for you. You can leave flyers at local colleges, B and J. Yes, give me just 1 second, Heather. Boaz and Yakin. Give me just 1 second. You can join a meetup group for tarot enthusiasts. You can leave flyers at your local colleges and university bookstores if you're able to. Health food stores, vegan restaurants, the hippie type of shops, juice bars, even nail shops. If they allow you to leave your flyer, you can do that as well. You just, once again, don't put your face on there if you want your identity to be concealed. You can just let people know that you do readings. You can target tarot readings for maybe college students. Maybe they need answers to a question about if they should change their major or this type of thing, and you can market it like that depending on what area that you are going to. Also, I have some more handouts that I will be emailing out to you this week to further discuss this in order to keep the time period, to a minimum. And we can talk more about this in class 3. So are there any questions at this time before we close out for the evening? I know you were asking about Boaz and Yakin. Those are the two pillars that it's the contrast between the spiritual realm and the material realm. Give me just 1 second. I have an altar, but how do you completely know that the ancestors help me, because I don't want to be wrong. You'll see bubbles. You'll get dream impressions. You'll get goosebumps on your arm. Hold on. How should the diviner handle a vision reading that involves the death of someone? If I would not say that you tell somebody that the person is going to die. You want to tell them that is a possibility of what could happen, because maybe that's a warning to prevent it from happening. I've seen that happen as well, to where it did not go forward. There was a way to prevent it. Maybe by telling them, don't go to the club on Friday night, or don't go here, don't go there. Yes, my pleasure, Samia. I hope that I answered your question. So next time, I think we're going to still live stream here, but I'm going to do Zoom so that I can hear your verbal questions, because it's easier, because your questions fade quickly on the live stream. So once again, if I forget or if I overlook your question by mistake, leave it in the comment section once this video is processed, this live stream on YouTube. Does anyone else have any questions out of Zoom? Because we're running out of time on my 40-minute window for Zoom.
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
About the Major Arcana and timing, is it a way to really tell it, like when you can with the minor, how you can do cups and wands and swords? Like, is there a way to look at it?
Well, it depends. If you're talking about like cups, wands, swords, it can deal with days. Some people, like me, some people will say, well, days is this, and that. For me, how I do it is, let me write this down so I can process it for you. Months. When I see cups, I think of months. When I see air, I think of days. When I see wands, I think of weeks. When I see pentacles, I could think that there could be a matter of a year. But it doesn't have to be. What does your intuition say about it? That's the best way to look at it. Some people have their standard way of doing that. So what you can do is, as you are establishing a relationship with your guides, do a chart to where you say, this is how I'm going to read timing. Another thing you can do is look at the astrological time period of what's going on. Maybe something is going to occur during Virgo season, because Hermit is represented by Virgo. Maybe it's going to occur during Leo season, because we have the strength card here that could deal with Leo season or a Leo Virgo cusp. Maybe something's going to pop off during Scorpio season. That's another way to look at timing. But you have to be careful with timing if people are asking specific questions. You want to tell them this is the time that is fertile that it could happen. Neptune energy. Something could pop off during Pisces season. Or something could pop off based on sacrifice. Maybe the person needs to make a sacrifice to bring something into fruition. This card, I would take this as anything could happen, or I would look at it as the summer season. Time between May, June, July, and August. Like late spring, summer. Because of the sunniness. You can look at the card to identify it as that, because the Fool is not represented by an astrological sign or planet. So you can say any time period. Anything can happen. It can happen at any time. We don't know. Or during the warm seasons of the year. The Hierophant, Taurus season. The Wheel of Fortune is ruled by Uranus, so it could be during Aquarius season, because Aquarius is ruled by Uranus and both Saturn. The World card, Wait, I'm sorry, not Uranus. This is Jupiter. This could be Sagittarius season. I apologize. This one here is Uranus, the world card. This could happen during Aquarius season. But to me, I identify the world card with Sagittarius energy. I'm just drawn to Sagittarius energy when I look at this card. So I would say anytime between Sagittarius season, which is late around November 22nd, till about Aquarius season, till about the 20th. I'm sorry, yeah, the 20th of, no, the 17th of February. Anytime between that time period could be the window. Cancer season. Libra season. This is Saturn. This could be Capricorn season. This could be during Cancer season or water sign season. Even Gemini, because we have the 2 here. The Roman numeral 2 above her head. Star Aquarius season. Mars season, Aries. Even Scorpio, because Scorpio has an aspect of Mars in it as well. Capricorn season, Devil. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio season for the moon. The lovers, Gemini season. Or either Venus time period such as Taurus or Libra. The magician, Gemini or Virgo season. Temperance, Sagittarius season. M for confirmation. Mimi asks for confirmation in dreams. You can. Tarot is not always a good way to do dream interpretation. It depends, because sometimes the connotation of what the dream means will just come to you automatically. And tarot is not always a good way to do dream interpretation. It depends, because sometimes the connotation of what the dream means will just come to you automatically without using the cards. Next up, we have Aries season. Taurus, Libra season. Do you have to be familiar with the astrology? No, you don't, but it definitely helps to identify what the person's sun sign or what something in their chart could be, or their character, how the diviner can ensure that she is creating energy boundaries. Okay, what you want to do is you want to ground yourself. You can use certain stones, certain crystals to make sure that you're grounding yourself. You can surround yourself in a white light bubble. You can sage the room. You can use Palo Santo. You can ask your spirit guide to guard you and gird you. I always start off with a prayer. A prayer. Another thing I do is when I'm calling them my spirit guide, so I'm making sure that it's not some masquerading spirit. There's a theme song, that I use when I want to call them forward. It's 2 or 3 songs for both of them, to where I sing that they know I'm calling on them. So have your signature thing you do. Maybe you want to ring a bell. Maybe you don't want to sing, but something that your spirit guide knows that you're asking for their assistance in a reading. That way you know in particular who you are working for, and ask them to reveal their identity in your dreams. What is your name? What do you look like? You can often see the face sometimes right before waking up or right before falling asleep. Oh, thank you, Beauty for Ashes. Last one. Something could jump off during Leo season or summertime. I would say July season, which is Leo season, begins on the 22nd of July. So if someone wants to know timing. So that's another way you could use timing. Another thing too, you can look at the numbers on top of the cards. There's a 3 here. This could represent 3 months, 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 years. So look at the numbers as well to give you clues. And once again, listen for your spirits. Trust your intuition on certain things. Don't gaslight yourself. So is there any more questions before we complete the class for the night? When doing a reading for self, how many cards does one pick, and does it matter? I would say you can use a 3-card spread for past, present, future. You can use the Celtic Cross. You can pull 1 card a day. That's always the best way when you're reading for yourself. Just pull a card a day. I say if you're going to read for yourself, start early in the morning. Don't read for yourself late at night. I mean, you can, but the best way to get the best answers from your guides is early in the morning, to see what the theme of the day is, to see how things will unfold. Because the time you read at night, the energy can shift and change between nighttime and daytime. That's my best advice for that when you're reading for yourself. Pull a card a day, and also use an accompanying oracle deck besides the tarot, like the Doreen Virtue decks or different, whatever type of decks that you use, you can use that. You can even make your own deck to accompany what the 1 card a day is saying. So maybe you get the Judgment card with the Nutrition comes. So maybe you pull this in a day in the Oracle deck. So you know, well, maybe I need to make a judgment to change my diet. Maybe I need to eat better. So you can use other cards, other different decks in conjunction with the basic tarot. Some people even use two decks. They have one right-of-way deck and another right-of-way deck to further confirm what they are talking about in their readings. I've seen that as well. You can use a pendulum swinging back and forth or in a circle, clockwise or counterclockwise, to answer certain questions. Are there any more questions? We're almost out of time on Zoom. I'm gonna go ahead and purchase the I'm gonna purchase the upgrade so we can have longer time on here, and that way we'll have both avenues. That way you can talk verbally. Once again, to all of you who are live streaming, it's best if you want to ask a question, it's best to do it verbally on Zoom so I can hear you. That way I don't miss your question and I can address you. Okay, well, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and end for the night. If you have any questions, email me. If you didn't get your book, email me. Check the junk mail first, but let me know and I'll send it over to you if you've missed anything. And to anyone who has missed the stream, maybe you didn't see the link or lines got crossed, forgive me. I will get the link over to you as soon as we're done. And everyone, give me about 48 hours to answer other questions not related to people getting their books and their links to everything. Okay, thank y'all so much. I had so much fun with y'all engaging with me. It didn't feel like I was talking to myself tonight. I really enjoyed this. So now that I'm a little bit more savvy with Zoom, we'll do this for next week too. I truly enjoyed this. I can't believe I stayed up. Oh wow, oh my God. Where are you located at 4:13 a.m.? Thank you, Mimi. Where are you located? Somebody said they were up to 4:13 a.m. Oh my goodness. But anyway, I wish y'all peace and bliss. Be patient with me. Oh, Germany. Oh my gosh. Okay. So have a wonderful morning or night. It's time to pray if you're 4:13 in the morning. It's the perfect time to practice your tarot. Wow. All right. So I'm going to log off on Zoom first, and I'll log off here on live stream. All righty. Peace and bliss, y'all. And next time we're going to go into Minor Arcana. That's a whole heap of cards. So get ready. And we're going to do the quiz on that too. All right. Y'all have a good night. Thank you all. Bye-bye. End meeting. Okay. Good night.